Hello, my name is Grant Looper. I did the performance profiling activity. Throughout the activity, I focused on basketball. That's my sport. Played that since I was very young. And doing the activity, I noticed that there was a lot that I needed to work on. There was a lot that I obviously really performed well with, I think, and I never really evaluated myself before doing this activity. Really like thinking about what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and actually try to improve my mindset on how to improve in those things. So I really liked the activity before we get into all of this, but I had as my three areas to work on. Overall, I had finishing, dribbling, shooting, ball control, rebounding, confidence, defense, and passing as the areas that I felt like were most important to the sport. Obviously, people are gonna argue with that, but I feel like those to me were very important. And obviously, when it comes to shooting, you have your free throws, you've got your mid range, under the basket, blah, 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 3 point. And, same thing with, different styles of defense, dribbling, blah, blah, blah. But I felt like specifically, I struggled with ball control, dribbling, and my confidence. And that's always just been something that, it was bad when I was younger, and I really just never got around to improving it. I was very aggressive when I played, but I was very passive at the same time. Like my defense, that was one of my strongest attributes. I feel like when I was making this, I drew it out as well. Defense and passing, I feel like those were always and rebounding. Overall, I was very good at that. But when it came to actually trying to be, aggressive, and when it came to, driving, that was not my strong suit. I did not want to get associated with that because I was afraid of failure and looking like an idiot. And because I played small forward, but it was a whole thing. It was a weird play style in high school, and I had to, adjust. But playing for the school, it was an experience, to say the least. But but when it came to, like I said, I was afraid to shoot the ball. That wasn't necessarily something that I improved in, or said that I was struggling tremendously, but it was. It's definitely not one of my strong suits. And same way, and so because I could not, I was not okay with dribbling. My ball control was awful. Shooting the ball constantly. My confidence was just god awful. And so, during this activity, obviously I felt like this was a good opportunity. I feel like it was a bad time because of the weather. So it was kind of difficult to be able to have the opportunity to practice all the time. And I had a huge, period where I was not able to play. So I felt really rusty when I did get a chance to finally play. My friends and I, when the weather got better a few weeks, and I guess it was a few days after I think we finished this activity, the weather got better, we played. And then there was another time we played indoors, and it had been the first time I'd had the opportunity to play basketball in a while. But, obviously with this activity, I felt like, it was a good opportunity to try and focus on the things that I said I was struggling most on. And my friends were kind of the opposite. Awful at defense. They weren't the greatest at, defense, rebounding the ball, passing, and so I felt like we kind of traded on that. I owned up to it. They knew what my strong suits were when we play. That's how we kind of are. But I was opened up. Obviously, they knew I lacked confidence. That's why I don't shoot the ball. That's why I don't take the ball up. And so they kind of just helped me relearn the basics. I watched YouTube videos. Like, it sounds silly, but it helped me. That was kind of the goals I wanted to work towards, was just getting better at dribbling again, and not losing the ball so easily. And, when I'm driving, and just, not being afraid to do that. And so they were, it was just all about with confidence, kind of just relaxing and, just having a better mindset. Not trying to let everybody, like feel like everybody's watching me. And that, whatever happens, happens, as I keep grinding, keep going, keep pushing, um, that'll improve. And again, they were helping me with my dribbling, being able to have better ball control. And I think, after I start doing more exercises and, drills, again, it's silly starting from the basics. I feel like, it's kind of just all the way back to middle school when I first really started, but I think it'll be good for me. And I think honestly, like, I really, being able to focus on that, knowing that I'm already good at, my defense and my passing ability, rebounding, shooting could get better. It was really nice, to say the least. And like I said, I think with continued, repetition and continuing to, worry about these three things, at least as of right now, and then evaluating myself as we go, I think it'll be very beneficial to me. And like I said, with, if I continue to try to improve, see what I'm still struggling with, if as long as I have, I think that kind of support system, people that are willing to help me and, show me what I'm doing wrong, right or wrong, I'm gonna gain confidence in myself and my abilities, and the potential to improve in those areas. So overall, love the activity, and I think it'll be good for me, and being able to move forward as I continue to grow in the game of basketball.